Please, if there's any question, please just drop it before I continue, please. And if we're following, please, I want you to indicate that we're following.
We are, sir.
Yeah, no, just from you. I want you to see the chat section. I'm actually working with the chat section. Following, following. Okay, now let's proceed. I'm happy that we are following. We are following. I don't know if there's any question. There's any question from what I've explained. Just about that. If there's any question, please. Where are the rest of the Bitcoin? Shit. Okay, now that question you asked, where are the rest? It is left for the miners. You get, we have people that mine the whole process, mine Bitcoin. Now, mining process is not really possible in Nigeria. I was supposed to talk about that, but I don't know why I didn't say that. Okay, now mining process is not really possible in Nigeria because um of our power supply, poor internet service. The system they use for this whole process is really high generated system, and then they use ant miners. There are some mathematics you're going to solve, mathematical algorithms and so on and so forth. So it is just left for the miners to mine. You get, as where it is. mm, it's with Satoshi Nakamoto. Ohms.
Yes, boss.
Also, please,
Yes,
where are the
boss.
Bitcoin? Where are the rest of them, please?
Like you said now, you answered rightly. We'd not go in there. I will not start telling you about blocks. I know.
Okay.
So it's,
So
it's actually
yeah,
about
still
the
with
miners.
it. Yeah,
They are
it's just for the
mined.
miners. The miners, people that mine it, they'll be able to actually mine it. So it's left for them. And like I said, it's not really possible in Nigeria. So anybody that comes to you and tell you that they are mining Bitcoin in Nigeria, please be very, very careful and just be very careful. You get, because the cost of mine or running the whole process alone, it's very massive. So it is almost impossible. You get, and with all these all these factors I just mentioned, poor power supply, poor internet service, the systems they use are just different from those systems are, let me say, they are designed for that very process. You get, they use ant miners and so on and so forth for this whole stuff. And then mathematical algorithms are also imputed and used to run the whole system. So it is almost not possible to run that in Nigeria. It's not our fault. You understand? It's the government and and everything that we get to come to meet. You get, so that's just that. So now let's just go forward. Now Bitcoin. Now you all know what Bitcoin, because this is like the first cryptocurrency. Now I want to ask you guys a question. You get, now when I talk about cryptocurrencies, I think the first thing that comes to your mind is just Bitcoin. Now I have a lot of friends that when you talk about just when you talk about cryptocurrency, all they just talk is Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. That's because now there's a mentality that wraps the whole thing. Most of them don't even know anything about the other type of cryptocurrencies. All they just know is Bitcoin. You get, it's just the same way like I was using an example yesterday. When you're talking about type of noodles, the only thing that comes to people's mind is Indomie. You get, the only thing that comes to everybody's mind is Indomie. Nobody gets to understand that, oh, we have Tommy, oh, we have Golden Penny, we have Cherry, and the rest. You get, it's almost the same thing that wraps up in the cryptocurrency space too. So now, with this class, you'll be able to understand that we have different type of cryptocurrency. Like I have mentioned before, we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the mother of all. It actually was created in 2008. The white paper was released in 2009. You get, up to this very moment, we don't know the owner of Bitcoin. We just know that it's a group called Satoshi Nakamoto that actually run this, that did the whole stuff. You get, and if you're checking the ranking of the world the richest men in cryptocurrencies, they are number one. They are number one in that very list. So it actually means that they are still existing, but we don't know who is this or who is that or who they are. You get. So that's just that. So that's all for okay. Bitcoin was actually created in a way for people to send money over the internet. That was the main focus. That was the main plan. You get. It's just now that okay, now people started using it as a store of value. They store money there, and then as the demand of it is increasing, the price of it gets high, and so on and so forth. You get, before now it was just created to just for a way of transferring money over the internet. So now we have stress. We all those funds we use to all those funds. You know how banking system is now. Before you send money and so on and so forth, you get to pass through a lot of protocols. You need to verify this, you need to verify that. So now Bitcoin came with the plan that okay, this is a way of us trying to see how we can send money across. You understand? Send money through the internet at at very fast, in a very fast way, very cheap rate. You get, and so on and so forth. So that was the initial motive for the whole process. But as time goes on, more things, more value started coming into the whole process. We now have Bitcoin ATMs. We have they use Bitcoin as means of payment for most of these companies we're knowing about. PayPal, I think they inducted it recently. We have so many an alternate coin. Then it's under the alternate coin, we now have shitcoin and stablecoin, which I'm going to be explaining to you guys. So now let's just go forward. Let's go forward to the class in the class. Okay, I already explained altcoin. Any other cryptocurrency apart from Bitcoin is called alternate coin. Now let's talk about shitcoin. Now, what are shitcoin? Now, shitcoins are coins that get to lose value over time. You get, due to poor vision, um, poor management from the owners, lack of competition, and so on and so forth. Now, I want to explain this because I like using physical examples. Now, I believe that there is nobody that is below 10 years in this class. We have people that there's nobody below 10 years here. Now, when we were all small, I think we used to hear about a particular, somebody wants to talk. Somebody wants to talk. Now, please,
Oh yeah.
please mute yourself, please. Mute yourself.
So you say Yanni.
Okay, now, like I was actually explaining before that interruption. Now, before now, we've heard about I think we've heard about Imperial Leader. Yes, that's very soap that gets sticky. Like the label gets to stick with the soap, no matter how you use it to the end. Like it's always there. You get. Now, if I were to ask you now, where is that soap? That soap is not really accepted anymore. You get. So now that is just a form of an example I'm trying to make you guys understand. Now, over time, there were more competition. More competition came to play. They refused to improve their products. They refused to, step up their game. You get, and that has actually made them to lose whatever value or whatever thing they were actually doing then. And right now, if you're talking about soaps now, you can't even call them. If you go to the shop and you see, you won't even think about buying it. You understand? So now that is almost the same thing that happens in the cryptocurrency market. Now we have coins that, okay, over time, they get to lose value because of poor management, poor vision, scam use. You understand? When a particular cryptocurrency is actually used for scam, it actually tends to make people to be scared. Now, let me give you an example. Now, for example, Tron, TRX. Now, TRX was used for some Ponzi scheme over, I think, one period of time like that. And now, anybody that gets to hear about TRX, now those people that we are not able to cash out. Remember, I explained something from the beginning of this class that they use this cryptocurrency as a means of payment. You get, now those people that were not able to cash out now, if they hear about Tron now, what comes to their mind? That is fun, that's scam. You get, so all those things actually make people to withdraw their funds. Now let's assume that, let's say the president of Nigeria, maybe his wife gets to, maybe she was also maybe part of the people that invested in that particular product, TRX, during that Ponzi scheme and so on and so forth. And then she gets to lose so much money. Now, she may actually just tell her husband, boo boo, see what happens. Oh. I invested in this very cryptocurrency. Now that is what will be the center. I invested in this cryptocurrency because that's what will be in her head. Like it was strong. You get, not like the whole platform that actually generated the whole Ponzi blah blah blah. You get, so now Buhari may just come and say, oh, TRX is it's a scam coin and so on and so forth. Now many people that are big rich men that have actually invested in that very cryptocurrency will start pulling out. You get, so, and all those things can actually cause a particular cryptocurrency to lose value and so on and so forth. You get, over time. So now those things that are actually those coins that loses value over time, you get, I term them as shit coins. And then for we have coins that are actually just coming up. If you check their use cases and everything they are used for, it is not really valuable. You get, like how the value they actually give out, it's not really very very cool, and that alone can also classify them under that category. You get, so that is what let me see, this guy just brought back memories. Yes, that is just it. You get, so I just, how can one identify shit coins? Now, like I said before, those things I just said, value, lost in value, poor management. You get to read about them. You get to understand. Like for those of you that are into DeFi, you understand about rock pool and so on and so forth. You get, all those things actually make you to understand that, okay, this particular token or project, it's actually funded by some form of scam, or for, let me say, some bodies that would just want to scam people and so on and so forth. So that's how, from that way, you can actually understand those shit coins. So I don't know if this is okay. Are we okay? Okay. Okay. So now we're going to go to the next one, which is stable coin. Stable coin. Now let's talk about stable coin. Now, what are stable coin? Now, stable coins are coins that don't change in value. Like if a stable coin is selling at $1 today, the next 10 years is still going to be selling at $1. They don't change in value. Their value is just there. You understand? They don't. They don't even have any. Their volatility level is not. They don't even have any volatility rate at all. They are just there. You get. They are stable. If they are selling at $1 today, they are still going to be selling at $1 in the next 20 years. You understand? And example of stable coins, we have some that are listed in Binance. We have the USDT, we have the BUSD, and then we have the DAI. You understand? Those are the three that are in Binance. You get, there are so many other stable coins. You get, there are so many other stable coins. Now let me explain something so that you guys can understand. Now, when you see platforms like Binance, KuCoin, BitFX, Huobi Global, and the rest. Now, when you see all these platforms, when you look at them, you check those coins that have been listed in their platform, you understand that they don't just list. Let me use Binance because I'm very much, let me say, in love with Binance. You get, now let me use Binance as an example. Now, if you check Binance Binance they don't list any kind of projects on their platform. You understand? They have a way of checking this project. They have to meet up to their standard before they have been accepted in their platform. There are so many stable coin out there. You get, but when maybe their research team, or let's say analyst team, must have checked this all these other ones, and they discover that, oh, they are not up to their standard, and they refuse to accept them. You get, it's just like let me use a physical example. We have Shoprite, we have Spa. Now, before any product is being accepted in Spa, you understand, or let's say Shoprite, they must have been very much like they must have been checked very well, because one, their name is at stake. If they get to sell any product that is very bad to the people, they could, if maybe, let's say, maybe one big politician just comes to Shoprite, and then he gets a particular stuff, and then he goes home and discovers that stuff is bad, definitely he's going to sue them. You understand? He's going to sue them. So Binance is just like that. Just like I said yesterday, Binance is just like your shop, your shop right. You understand? Where things go on, you get. So now, before any coin gets listed in Binance, definitely they must have been gone. They must pass through proper check-ins. You get. They don't just list any kind of project. And when they discover that a particular project is getting below standard, you discover that Binance gets to delist it immediately. You understand? So it's the same thing that happens because they have a name to uphold. You get. So that alone can actually give you an edge to investing in some cryptocurrencies. You get. Now you check those top platforms, check the coins that are listed in those platforms. Oh wow, this coin is listed here. Okay, it means definitely they have actually they must have checked it very well before it is being listed here. You get. So that is another way of you knowing good projects to invest in. You can just check it. Okay, this coin is listed in Binance. Okay, wow, means this coin is actually it has a very good future. But I'm not saying this is a complete edge. You understand? But it is just one of those things you are going to check for. It's not a complete edge. Okay, after looking at that, you can also go and look into the project. You understand? Look into the project to know what are their use cases, what is this whole project for, what have they come to do, and so on and so forth. No, it's not because maybe you just see it in Binance and then but that is just like an edge also. I don't know if this is making sense. You get. It's like an edge. You get. So now you've seen BUSD. BUSD was just listed recently. BUSD, USDT, and then those are very good stable coin, and that is why Binance get to accept them in their platform. You get. Now let me look at the chat section. I'm seeing so many chats there already. Yeah, Shiba has a future. Somebody's already talking about Shiba. You just have to look into it. Like I said before, I knew why. The major reason why I actually talked about this you need to look into it. It's because of this Shiba. You understand? It's very much because of this Shiba. I said that. You understand? You need to go and look into it. Don't just because you see it in Binance. Yes, that is an edge. That is like when you're checking. Let me say you're writing down the qualities of a very good coin. Yeah, it's listed in a very good exchange. Wow. Okay. You check the use cases. You go look into their everything about them and so on and so forth. That all that can actually guide you into good projects. Okay. So now let's just go forward. Any questions so far? Any question, please? Any question so far? What's the thought? DAI. It's on Binance too. DAI, yeah, DAI. It's on Binance too. You get. It's on Binance. Yeah. So now let's go to the next. Let's explain trading and investing. Now let me ask you guys. If you are to be asked, what is the difference between trading and investing? What comes to your mind? I want to see comments on the chat section. If they talk about trading and investing, what comes to your mind? What's the difference between these two, trading and investing? What comes to your mind when you see this thing, this stuff? I'm waiting for comments. So. Okay, trading means you buy and sell profit, and then investing means long term. Okay, trading is short term, investing is long term. I love that. Trading deals with daily. Let me see. Somebody talked about something there. Trading deals with daily activities. Activities deals with long term. Okay, that's a good one too. Partially. Why investment means you put in money in project and hold for long. Trading is an action that happens immediate effect. Investing is short term. Somebody said investing is short term. Hmm. Okay, okay. Enough of that. That's okay. Enough of that. That's okay. Let's explain now. Now, trading is short term, while investing is long term. Now, let me use a physical example. Now, trading is like you selling tomato, pepper. You understand? Because those goods are perishable. You understand? You can just sell them, make profit in days, week. You understand? Why investing is like you, let's say, invest in what they call it, granite, corn, and all those stuffs, because they can actually stay for a long period after drying them and so on and so forth. You can buy them and keep them. When it gets scarce, maybe people, maybe the supply is done, maybe the supply is no more available, then your now the demand is now high. You can actually release yours and then sell, but you cannot store your tomato and pepper and all those things. So now trading is short term, while investing is long term. You get. So now that is just the basics. Trading is short term, while investing is long term. So now I'm going to be explaining. I'm going to be explaining it. I'm going to explain it because there are so many things that actually differentiate these two, not just the short term and long term. There's a slide I put together. Okay, I hope you guys can all see this now. I'm going to be explaining them one after the other. Now, when we talk about trading, trading is short term, like we said before, and then investing is long term. Now, profit mindset. Now, for trading, all you're just after is the profit you're making short term. You just want to make profits. Probably you just want to buy a particular cryptocurrency today, maybe using waves, and then once it goes high, you just sell and then you make your profit. Why for investing is the growth mindset. Now, the growth of that very cryptocurrency, the growth of the company. You understand how important their project is actually helping out, whatever thing they're doing, how they're moving forward in their whole process and everything. You understand? The growth mindset of that particular project is what you are after, because you have a target. You understand? Let's say maybe you bought it when it was 0.2 cents. Now you're aiming at it when it gets to, let's say, $2 or $3. That is, you're looking at the growth. You understand? Now, for trading, more risks is involved because, like we know, trading is short term. You get. Let's say maybe in a short, because let's say maybe your target is just to just make profit on a short term basis, and maybe the market goes sideways. You understand? Maybe you're not patient enough. You sold at losses. You get. So that can actually make you lose. But in investing, even if the market goes down, when the market goes slow, but all you just know, your target is $2 or $3 or $10. You understand? You're not bothered about it going down. All you're just targeting is, because you know that this very project is very, very, very cool. Their use cases is something that cannot leave the market anytime. You understand? Already know their growth level because you've actually been following them up over time. You understand? But for trading, all you're just after is just that day, maybe week. You understand? That day, maybe 2 days, 3 days, maybe 1 week. After 1 week, you're like, this trade is actually wasting time already. You just sell off at losses. Maybe if it actually goes the wrong way, you just sell off at losses and then you've lost out. You understand? But for investing, you're thinking long term. You understand? You're not bothered about any dip or anything that goes on, even if it pumps to some point. As long as it has not reached your target, you're not done with that yet. You understand? Now, when we talk about trading, benefit from volatility. Now, first of all, what is volatility? If I ask somebody, I want to see comments on the group. What is volatility? I want to see your reactions on this. Volatility. If you're to be asked what volatility is, what will you say? If you're to be asked what volatility is, what would you say, please? Okay, to be asked for like, okay, let me read the section, the comment section first. Better this way. But at least the amount of people trading over time, the rise and fall of crypto. Yeah. Rise and fall, I like that. Rise and fall, I like that. But at least the amount of people, quick upward direction of movement, okay. The charts, okay. So the markets ranging rates of price fluctuation within the period of time. Okay, now volatility is the rise and fall of a particular asset, or let's say cryptocurrency, within a period of time. You understand how it moves up and down, goes up, come down, goes up and comes. So that is if once a particular cryptocurrency is volatile, it increases in price, decreases in price. It can just be fluctuating and so on and so forth. You get, so that's just that. I love the reactions I'm seeing here already. You get, so now when we talk about traders benefit from, trying to get that slide. Okay, now we'll talk about traders benefit from volatility. Now let me explain using a particular slide here. Coming. Now, this is a typical example of a volatile market. You understand? The market is actually going up, swinging down, swinging up, like up and down, and so on and so forth. Now, this market is very volatile. Now, so traders benefit from volatility. Now, a trader can just come here, buy this very cryptocurrency around this point, and then he sells here, and then he's okay. You get? We benefit from the volatility of the market. Wait for the market to trade down. If you're a futures trader, you can actually place a sell order for this very trade, maybe to this very point, and then you make some profit off the market. We benefit from the volatility of the market. The market is just let's say ranging, or let's say going in consolidation, let's say just consolidating. We cannot benefit from it. You understand? You cannot benefit. So once the market is volatile, we always wait for good entries, and then we hit it, and then we make some profit from it. So traders benefit from the volatility of the market. It could actually go the wrong way, you get, because you can actually come here, maybe you buy here, and then instead of it going up, it comes down. You get. So that is just, so we benefit either ways. So when the market comes down, it's a very good time for us to always buy, and then set a profit level above, and then we make some profit from it. You get, so that's just that. And then we talk about traders, investors benefit from stability. Now this actually deals with the company, you understand, the people in charge of that very project, how stable are they in their mode of transaction, their management. Are they improving their whole system? You understand? Are they this kind of people that maybe, like I talked about imperial leader? You get, at some point they refuse to follow the trend. They refuse to get competitive. They just decided to just, I don't know how they did their, whatever happened. Maybe the owner of it died and so on and so forth. So that actually destabilized them. You understand? So how stable this company is, you get. Now, using an example of XRP. I like using XRP very well because that's one of my favorite coin, not a financial advice. Now, XRP is a very, very good project. Now, see what happened to them when they had issues with the SEC. They had issues with the SEC. Actually, it actually made them to, lose a lot of investors. People ran away because of that information. People ran away. In short, a lot of people moved their money from the whole project. Now, but because of how massive this project is, you understand how important this project is, you get, has made it to still stand whatever thing that happened to it. You get, so all those things are things that matter when you are investing in a particular cryptocurrency. You need to check who is the owner of this coin. You understand what are they doing, what's their mode of operation. All those things are things that you should get to know. You get, it's not like these things I'm talking about. It's not like there are offices, just like we have offices in Nigeria here. Wherever, let's say XRP is, it has an office. Wherever it was created, has an office. Ethereum also have their office. Dashcoin have their office. Bitcoin, they all have places where they have, like, where you can actually get to understand their mode of transaction and everything. You get, so once you're able to, get information about this very thing, you can actually say, oh, this is a very, very good project for me to, bank on. Now, recently, if you've been following a particular cryptocurrency called Fun, now Fun we're actually lacking behind very well. They were doing so bad. Now, immediately they changed their CEO. Their CEO was changed. Everything became perfect. Crypto Prince can actually comment to that because he was actually holding that coin that time. You understand? He actually gave me that information that they just changed the CEO of Fun. And when they changed that CEO, everything started going perfectly. Because so all those things are things that you can always go to. Just follow them up. Follow them on Twitter, on Telegram. Just get to understand, engage yourself with their community. You understand? You can actually get information of whatever thing is happening. If there's a new shift, you will get to know. You understand? If there's anything going on, you will get to know about it. And that can actually also help you. You get, now for what has happened before to analyze the next move of the market. You understand? As technical analysts, we analyze the history charts. We get to understand that, okay, the market has moved in this direction. There's price acceptance in this very point. We have a support, we have a resistance, we have trend lines, and so on and so forth. We use that to analyze the market when you're using trading and when you're going into trading. And remember that this is short term. You understand? You're just doing that to get some good profit for yourself, and then you're off. But you can also do technical analysis for long term projects too. You understand? For long, you can do that also. Then why in invest now let's assume that let me use Calabar for example. They say, okay, they want to come together. Milo come and Milo. No, normally on a daily basis, Milo gets to the make sales because people get to take Milo on a very day on an everyday basis. And then on this very day, maybe say let's say the owner of let's say one of the manager now say, oh, let's go to Calabar and host a competition, a Milo competition, bringing all the schools together. You understand, to do this very stuff. Now, do you know that that very day, and now understand that this is like maybe an information came about this, let's say a week before it happened. You understand? That is fundamental to competition in Calabar. Let me go and buy more of it, and then let me get the venue of wherever they're going to do this stuff, and then you can actually just get a place there, and then trust me, so much sales that day. You get, so that is what information. You understand? Fundamental analysis deals with information, how information can actually affect the market. What is this company, what are they trying to do, what is their vision, what are they going to do. Let's say maybe they want to maybe like let's use BNB for example. As at last year, BNB was selling at $18. Now, when BNB brought about this whole BSC smart chain contract and everything, if you had an information that BNB was going to do that, trust me, you're going to still hold your BNB. You understand? So that is where the information plays very key. You get, now that information, if that you got the information that, oh, okay, because Ethereum is actually giving high fees, so now CZ is actually planning, maybe an inside body in the whole team gets to give an information that CZ is going to do create a very big platform for BSC contracts and all that. Definitely, that's an information for you to just know that, oh, this coin is going to do massive, so let me hold my coin. You get, so that is the same thing that happens. Like, there's just, I don't know if this is actually making sense. So fundamental analysis is so involved when it comes to investing. You get, so now for trading, buying stroke selling market waves, like I already dropped here before. I dropped i dropped something here before. Where is it? Okay, these are market waves. You understand? The market is actually, these are waves. Market is going up, down, waves also. You understand? We buy the market waves. You buy here, you sell here. 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 You get, so these are waves. You get. Let's go back to and now looking at this. So you just buy this coin around here. You bought it here when it was around $0, probably thereabout. Not zero. Not this is not actually zero though. You get, and then you hold. This is about, look at it. This is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You get, you can see how it is increasing. You get, you bought it around here, and then boom, you hold your coin for a year, 2 years, 3 years. You steady with this market. If you've gotten a very good hold of let's say is TA more of editing or just analyzing? How can TA play a role in FA? Okay. Now for this very last question, how can TA play a role in FA? Now we have, in when we're doing analysis, what how what we call time frame analysis, and how what we call top-down analysis. And this is not a technical analysis class, so even if I start talking about that, you may not even understand. You get, what we call top-down analysis. Now, okay, let me just give you an example now. Top-down analysis is when we take an analysis of the market for a month, a year, how like